Divided Nation.
Divine Royalty Books, Music, and Movies presents DNAnalyzation. Hey superstars, great men and women, it is a powerful time to be alive. You have just tuned in to the DNAnalyzation podcast. The DN stands for Divided Nation. I'm your host, Doyle Lee. I'm here in our beautiful state of Kentucky, where you have the finest Kentucky Derby and many other great national treasures. Speaking of national treasure, Divine Royalty is a company that produces books, movies, and music, and it is an honor to represent this great company in their efforts to produce materials that are focused on solutions. Divine Royalty produced a movie script entitled Divided Nation back in 2003, and they came out with the book in 2005.
Divine Royalty Books, Music, and Movies presents Divided Nation. Part 1. Divine Destiny. Divided Nation. If the book is always better than the movie, then you have to read this book before it becomes a blockbuster movie. Divided Nation. A reality fiction. Divided Nation. Answers the great what if and what now that surrounds the African American community. Divided Nation. What if an African American politician picks up where our previous president left off? Divided Nation. Raymond Jackson had been trained all his life to do something that no one saw coming. Not even his wife or his mistress. Divided Nation. Get your copy today by going to www.dividednation.org or www.amazon.com. Divided Nation. If roots was our past, Divided Nation is our future. Divided Nation.
In recent times, the demand for this movie book project has surfaced, which gave Divine Royalty an indication to put more focus on this project. Recently, we have at least 4 movie authors and book distributors have been asking to be a part of getting this great work out. It may have a lot to do with the times we're living in, where it appears that our nation is divided on many fronts. Then to add a little more fuel to the fire, Black Panther has become one of the best movies produced in our time, breaking many records, so this may have easily been the reason why this book and movie has been getting the attention that it's getting today.
Have you read this cutting-edge, controversial fiction that is becoming the center of conversation in the African American community?
Divided Nation.
Divided Nation is about a flamboyant, playboy politician named Raymond Jackson who had it all together until he met his match. His godfather, who he never knew existed, Mr. Goodson, turned his world right side up when he revealed to Raymond his true purpose in life. Listen to an excerpt from this powerful book from Picture 5 entitled Give It Up.
No, son. No one told me anything about you. I'm your godfather. Raymond looks at his father in bewilderment, as if to ask, is this true? I was the one who stood at your christening, but stayed anonymous until the time was right. Goodson explains, I guess this means the time is right. Raymond asks as he stuffs his hand in his pockets. Okay, you're my godfather. You could have revealed this to me at our family reunion. I'm a busy man, Mr. Goodson. So what is all this about? Why am I here? Raymond says with annoyance. You are here to give up the vice presidency, says his godfather. Raymond's laughter fills the room until he notices the serious expression on his father and Goodson's faces. "This is a joke, right?" Raymond asks his father again. "Right, Dad?" "Just listen, son," his father responds. "Raymond, where you are in life right now was planned by your father and me. We selected the schools, the people, the places you would encounter to prepare you for this very important time. You are not destined to be vice president," his godfather states. "This is crazy, man. You are crazy," Raymond responds. "That's all right. This is a little too much for him to take in right now," his godfather says in Raymond's defense. "Right now? I'm not taking this in right now or ever. You say you both prepared me for this time, but yet you want me to give up everything I've been working so hard for. Then what am I supposed to do? What is it I'm supposed to be if not vice president?" Raymond asks. "I can't tell you that yet," his godfather says. "This is a game and I'm not playing," Raymond says and begins to move towards the door. "I can't give you more information until you are willing to give up everything you have," his godfather replies. "What?" Raymond stops and turns to him. "Sometimes you can't get what is on another level until you are ready to give up what you have," his godfather explains. Raymond had heard and had enough. He opened the door and looked at both his father and godfather. "Do you know who I am? I am the first African American vice president. Not I will be, or it may happen, but it's already a done deal. We are living in the future right now, and no one can stop it, not even my father and godfather," Raymond says. "Son, you have 9 days to decide what you are going to do," his godfather calmly states. "I already know what my answer will be, and it goes something like this." Raymond walks out and slams the door behind him.
Wow, now you have to find out why Mr. Goodson wants Raymond to give up becoming the next vice president of the United States of America. What in the world could be more important, and will Raymond Jackson do it? When you finish reading this reality fiction, it will leave you asking these questions. What if this is the next chapter in the African American history? Don't be left out of the conversation. Get your copy today by going to www.dividednation.org or amazon.com. Read this moving book before you watch it as a major motion picture. Remember, if Roots is our path, Divided Nation has to be our future.
Divided Nation.
So, we're going to ride this wave to the highest level. We're going to be discussing one of the most controversial subjects that one can discuss, and that is race relations. Starting in our families, communities, cities, states, country, and even global. Everyone cannot have this discussion. Everyone is not capable of dealing with such hot topics. We are going to discuss this topic in connection with the book and soon-to-be movie, Divided Nation. We're going to take a different look at race relations by examining it from the perspective of the author of a fiction book that most believe could come into fruition. We will not regurgitate the same ideas, methods, and discussions as before, but we will boldly go where none have gone before on this topic. It is time to give a new generation a new outlook on the race relations in our country. So you have to fasten your seatbelt because we are going to be discussing things that may turn your world right side up or upside down. This will not be your grandparents' podcast. I'm not sure you are ready for this. I'm not sure America is ready for this. I'm not even sure if the world is ready for this. But one thing is for sure, Divided Nation Analyzation podcast will prepare you to go to the highest level of thinking, behavior, and conduct when it comes to how we view race in our nation. The highest level of thinking, behavior, and conduct. Wow. Divine Royalty's objective with this podcast is not just to have a good discussion or to shine a light on the positive outlook on a very controversial subject in our nation, but it is to bring solutions to our race problem. We're going to have some of the greatest thinkers of our nation as our guests. We will have professors of African American Studies, some of their students. We will also have some pillars of the community, as well as your everyday working class men and women who want to weigh in on this powerful subject. So this first podcast will be called The Ground Rules. Anyone who wants to participate in this podcast will have to respect these rules in order for them to be recorded and listened to throughout the nation. So please respect the ground rules. Yes, the ground rules. In order for us to build something magnificent. All right? Number one, there will be no profanity. We can express our thoughts and ideas without using four-letter words. I prefer to have people whose vocabulary is larger and more profound. You can express your thoughts, whether they are angry, sad, or indifferent, without using words that don't serve the purpose. Number two, there will be no making threats. Our behavior is to help, not to hurt. If someone disagrees with your point of view, then we're going to accept each one's opinion and leave it at that. You can disagree and even debate without making harmful threats. Number three, no country bashing. There will be no talking bad about our country or its leaders. We are focusing on doing something different and something that can make a difference. No degrading. There will be no degrading people, calling them out their names or making fun of them. We did that already. And it doesn't help with the solution. Now we're going to try to take a different approach. Number five, you got to read Divided Nation. In order to weigh in on this discussion, you must be on the same page, figuratively and literally. We'll be discussing each picture and relate it to our current affairs and topics. So you must read the book first. You can get your hard copy or e-reader copy by going to Amazon.com, Divided Nation /NACO Brown. We will be discussing the book Divided Nation, soon to be a movie. There are 63 pictures. So we'll be having at least 63 podcasts. All right? These podcasts will be weekly in the beginning, and then 2 per week, followed by 3 per week. The podcast will be at least 1 hour long. If you have any questions or comments, you may email them via our DNAnalyzation webpage, and we will read and answer them on our podcast. Go to www.dividednation.org. There will be contests. Whoever reads the book and do an essay on the topic, here's the topic. Do you think what you've read in Divided Nation can come to fruition? Yes or no, and why? There will be giveaways. First, second, and third place prizes. More details will be available on our website. There will be commercials letting you know about Divine Royalties paraphernalia and latest books and movies. We will be right back after this commercial.
Divine Royalty Books, Music, and Movies presents a Divided Nation soundtrack entitled Daddy's Little Girl by new artist Jazz.
Hello, caller. You are on the air.
Hi, my name is Brad from Houston, Texas, and I would like to dedicate the song Daddy's Little Girl by Jazz to my daughter. I'm sorry I can't be there right now, but Daddy loves you very much.
Well, you got it. Wow, this has been the most dedicated song all month. Fathers are dedicating the Daddy's Little Girl song to their daughters, and daughters are dedicating the song to their fathers.
Go to SoundCloud, Mixcloud, or anywhere you stream your music and push play. Like and share. You can also purchase Daddy's Little Girl by going to iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, or anywhere music is sold and download it to your phone. Join the Daddy Little Girl campaign by going to www.facebook.com/jazz.brown.5602.
Now here it is, from Brad to his daughter and all the Daddy's Little Girls in the world, and the fathers who love and miss them.
If you were here right now, and as silly as it may sound, I would parade you all over town.
We are back. Movies. By the way, when you get a chance, check out Daddy's Little Girl by Jazz on iTunes, YouTube, or anywhere you stream your music. This is the first song from the soundtrack, Daddy's Little Girl.
I got an email the other day from a friend who moved far away. It was a sad day. What he wrote blew my mind. I read it 1,000 times. It brought tears to my eyes. He said, "You'll always be my little girl. You're my sanity in this crazy world." I don't say much because my life is such a rush, but you will always be Daddy's little girl. He bought me a brand new car, but it doesn't take away the pain in my heart. I guess you don't understand. I would rather have him here than these keys in my hand. He said, "You'll always be my little girl. You're my sanity in this crazy world." I don't say much because my life is such a rush, but you will always be Daddy's little daddy. Don't you see I need a hug? This is why I'm looking for so much love. If you were here right now, and as silly as it may sound, I would parade you all over town. If you were here with me, I would sit down on your knee and tell you who I want to grow up to be. I will always be your little girl. I'm your sanity in this crazy world. I don't say much because my heart has been crushed, but I will always be Daddy's little girl, Daddy's little girl.
Number 12, if you want to be a guest on our podcast, go to our website and sign up. We're looking for fresh, new ideas on the topic of race relations and the future of the African American community, not just in this nation, but in the world. How can this impact our nation for the good? So don't come with the same tired statements and venting process, please. In closing, these are the ground rules. These rules will allow us to build a great conversation that will be remembered for generations to come. It is time for us to know our purpose as a community so we can release everything in us that God has desired to give to others for the betterment of the whole. Now it's time for someone to give us a step-by-step outline of how we're going to move from the pain of our past into the power of our future. America, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the solution we've all been waiting for? So, read your book, and I'll get back at you with picture 1, first time ever. Divine Royalty is looking forward to having this dialogue with one of the greatest countries in the world and its citizens. Remember, a house divided amongst itself cannot stand. It's time for us to make a stand.
We would like to give a shout out to the men in Victorville in the spiritual and social development classes, the Joseph generation, from prison to the palace. Keep up the great work.
I'm Doyle Lee from Kentucky. From NACO and Vanessa and the entire Divine Royalty family, go in peace and power and live life on the highest level. God bless.
Divided Nation.